Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our meeting again this morning. I am here to introduce Glenn Carver. He is a walking, talking miracle. You'll have to make sure that you follow him to hear his complete story. But he's going to talk to us. Him and Scott are going to talk to us this morning about how our money matters. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Glenn.
Okay, thank you, Bonnie. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we had that little technical glitch last week, but hopefully that will not be the case. And if it does, we pitch it over to my partner, Scott Randolph, which I'm going to do quickly anyway. So, hey, thank you for having me back on. If you were with us last week, you know that I did a little bit of a conversation about this incredible book called How Money Works, Stop Being a Sucker.
So as Glenn said, we have 7 money milestones, and we call them milestones instead of steps because it's very important to be able to do all of them. And you can see the first one is the financial education. We do that through these classes and the book itself. And from that, we do a follow-up type of meeting individually with folks to be able to make it make sense in their family. But we're going to run through these a little bit faster than usual because of our short time. But I apologize for going fast. If you have a question, please shout out and stop me. So we just talked about the financial education. The number one thing about that is once you get the education, we want you to take action with it. If you have a financial professional that you know, like, and trust, cherish that relationship and keep with them. If you do not, you do need to search one out. There's 2 of them on the call with you right now. So the first area beyond education is to talk about protection. Protection is obviously insurance. We use it in every area of our life, whether it be our cars, our health, our homes. And these are very valuable things to make sure that if something happened to you in those areas of your life, that you're made whole. I think we all know that the people down in Florida and even into South Carolina have experienced the need and the great thing of having insurance. What we're talking about mostly is your life insurance. Your life insurance is usually set up to protect your income so that your income will continue when you leave your family and you can make sure that all your dreams and wishes are taken care of. But what we find out is most people either don't have insurance or don't have enough. How much is enough? The general rule of thumb, a starting point, is to take your income and add a 0 to it, or otherwise multiply by 10. And that's a good starting point. So if you're making 50,000, you need $500,000. Making 100, you need $1 million. From there, you want to take a look at the other aspects of your life. What kind of debt you have built up, the number of people you're supporting, all these type things will add in, plus the amount that you start there is what you need to do to basically replace it when you get to when you pass away. So I'm sure you're probably familiar. There's 2 different kinds of insurance: life insurance. Temporary is a nickname is term, and then permanent. And so each of them has a different place in the formula in a sense to take care of you. There are people out there that say term is the only way to go, and people that say perm is the only way to go. And they're basically both of them are wrong because there's a place for both of them in most people's lives. And so a little bit more about term insurance. As you can see here on the screen, term starts with a particular part when you start the policy, and it goes for a specific time period. Somewhere between 5 and 30 years is the increments. And the point of that is to protect you in a time where you're vulnerable. Usually when you're younger, you have a lot of responsibilities, not much money. And so you need something to protect you. The good thing is, and also the bad thing, is that 98% of the people never have a claim against that death benefit. Obviously, the good part is that you're still alive, right? And then the bad part is that you paid all that money and you didn't get anything for it because you're done. So that's where permanent insurance comes in. Permanent insurance is whenever you start the policy to the end of your life. It's going to be there, and you know you're going to get a payout when you pass away. But there's advantages that you can use this policy for throughout your entire life. And it's supplementing your income in retirement. You can also pay for college with it. There's an option to pay for long-term care. I don't know how many people here have a family member or a friend that had to go through some long-term care towards the end of their life. Okay. Yes, there we go. Thank you. So it's really important to be able to cover the entire life, and that's where permanent comes in. So there's a spot for both those types of insurance. I mentioned long-term care. 70% of people statistically age 65 and older will need some long-term care. Why is that happening? Well, we're living longer. Longevity is a wonderful thing when you live longer, as long as you're healthy. The reality of it is most of us are going to need some sort of care to help us finish our lives out. And the bad thing is the 8% figure on the right is how many people have actually bought insurance to cover that need. So it's kind of crazy. And we've had a wonderful week and continue the week with weather, no rain in sight, right? But there are times where we'll have a 70% chance of rain, and we'll all plan accordingly for that. But for some reason, people haven't really done that much planning for that expense that's coming down the road. This is some of the costs to get an idea of what long-term care will cost you. And basically, depending on how long you're in there, 2, 3, 4 years, it's going to basically add up to about $250,000 in today's dollars. The problem with that is if you use the rule of 72 and look at inflation, that means that in another 20 years, it's going to be double that. Another 20 years, it's going to be even double that. So if you have someone that's in their 40s, they're going to need probably $1 million worth of long-term care when they're older. So it's a big problem.
I'll be sharing insightful and informative videos on stress-free retirement, being your own bank, setting up college funds, understanding Social Security, wills, probate, trust, and how the Fed Reserve rate hikes affect your mortgage rates. And always real estate solutions. I'm your go-to expert in real property. Look for my YouTube channel, living in Canton, Georgia, where it is sunny as can be right now. If you find value here, please like and share so others might as well. Remember, I'm not a videographer, not a video editor. I just want to share the most important info with you guys. Each video has a full version of around half hour or so, but there are multiple shorts of only 5 minutes or less as well. My name, Daniel Kloffelter. My area of specialty is real estate and asset protection for more than 25 years. So why am I exhorting you to view financial-based videos on a real estate channel? Good question. I believe that we all do better when we know better, which is why I'm here to expose you to a team of experts who know the topics that matter most. All of these topics work in unison. Full disclosure, I receive nothing for doing these videos other than the satisfaction of adding value to you. So smash that like button already. What are you waiting for? Share this so other people can see it. Y'all have a great day.